What it do, cyber world? It is your girl, the one and only, Ash Brown, and this is the Ash Said It Show. Over 2,000 episodes since 2014, 500,000 streams around the world. None of this is possible without you guys, so I thank you so very much. Today, my guest is the wonderful Shay Richardson from RestFuel Wellness here in Atlanta. Hey, Shay.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for having time in your schedule. So, Shay, let us know, what was the origin story for RestFuel Wellness? How did things start?
You know, I'd been doing wellness on my own for quite some time. I really kicked it into gear after I got divorced. And I had young kids, and I was tired, and it just kind of kept going from there. And, childhood trauma that I hadn't really dealt with. So I've been on, a wellness journey, emotionally, physically, for quite some time. And as my kids got older, I found that, I was maintaining my full-time corporate job because of the ability to do that and balance kids and steady income. And I got to a window of having a little bit more freedom. And I was 48, and I was like, well, if I'm ever going to do anything, which I've always wanted to do something on my own, I kind of need to get going. Getting younger. So I had my second neck surgery. I was out at Miraval, fortunate enough to go out to that wonderful location in Austin, and I had my vocal cord had been damaged during my second neck surgery, so I couldn't talk for 2.5 months. So I was out there struggling to feel better and just going through all the wellness and just the wonder of everything they had to offer. And it just hit me. I was like, I'm going to open a business in wellness. And I didn't even really know what it was going to be at the time, but I knew that I was going to do something. I knew they had sound baths with silk hammocks that were lovely. And I was like, there's nothing like that in Atlanta. And the ball just started rolling. So that was April of 2023. And so I formed a company in May, started looking for retail space, got treated like a college kid with no credit. Even though I had great credit, I didn't have business credit. So my first learning lesson of many to starting your own business. But finally, started developing a plan, talking to other people. What should we offer? What should we do? And just really just dove in head first. And then we finally got a space, developed the space, and then we opened in May of 2024, a year ago. So we started with 3 services. I picked 3 services that I loved, and I felt from a retail perspective would be very beneficial for people and things. The whole idea was to have one location to do multiple things because I was bouncing all over town to go here to do my sauna, drive over here to do salt therapy, go over here to do red light. Oh, and the place I did red light, he closed and had moved to Florida, the doctor. So trying to bring some things that I knew I loved that were not centrally located near each other and even put them in one location. So then you're only paying one price. It's one membership. You can come do multiple things depending on what you're feeling that day. And that was kind of the vibe we went for, which I loved. And we've gotten a lot of great feedback. And then because I didn't do a franchise, I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to have my own ideas. I wanted to be able to evolve and shift gears if we wanted to change and do other things, which we've done tremendously just based on client feedback. We got called every week for cold therapy, which we did not originally have. And so I dug in, what are the options? What should we offer? Should we do cryotherapy? Should we do cold plunge? Went on this trip to Miami to kind of test out some devices and units and things of that nature. And not only did I test out and determine we were going to do cryotherapy, I discovered our Balancer Pro lymphatic compression suit, which is phenomenal. It's not only just compression, but they have this patent on the wave that it waves up your body. So it also is great for stress and anxiety, which I definitely have a ton of. So that spoke to me so deeply. So I was like, we need to put that in the mix as well. And they also had a Vibra acoustic chair, which is sound and vibrational therapy. And that gets your nervous system reset and more in a rest and digest stage versus a fight or flight stage, which a lot of us spend all our time in these days, and we don't even realize it. So we then went from 3 services to 6 services, and then kind of got into where we were realizing when people were doing things, I wanted one location, and I hadn't really thought far enough to realize that when you're in that one location, you might do one and do another one back to back. And I started doing that myself and realized all the benefits from from doing that, I mean, an example is a whole body red light bed really gets your blood circulating. I mean, it's cell rejuvenation, it's energy, skin, collagen. I love that. I love that device. But it also, when it gets your blood flowing, you're going to sweat more if you come get in the sauna right after. You're going to do more lymphatic drainage if you do that first. You're going to get another boost when you get into cryo. So everything kind of plays off each other.
Right.
And so we've developed really this stress and anxiety circuit if you want to, and then it could be a detox circuit if you want to. All these variations. And you can mix it up day by day depending on what you're feeling. So you're not locked in to one thing. Oh, that's where I go to detox, or that's where I go to do cryotherapy for my inflammation, or that's where you can each day pick and choose what you want to do from one of the six, because our pricing is the same for everything. So you can mix and match as you please. So we're really excited about it. And we're the little engine that could. So now we're slowly but surely, people are learning about us. We're gaining traction, getting more people. But I have to say, after this first year, and I see the ups and downs and the learning have just been tremendous. My brain has definitely been re-engaged. After 30 years of corporate, it was getting a little dull, and I've definitely returned it on. But it is, despite all the tribulations, it is so nice when somebody walks up right after a service and they are like, oh, I feel so much better. Or they're like, I mean, we had a lady this week, she walked out of the sauna and she said, oh, that just spoke to my soul. She goes, I just needed that. She goes, and I've done saunas. She goes, but because we have salt pumped into ours, so they're a little bit more elevated sauna experience with red light as well. And she said, that was just what I needed. I'd had the worst day. And this is what I needed. I needed your aesthetic from your place that's really calming. And it's wonderful. I mean, it's just so exciting, especially being a new business owner, working, 60 to 80 hours a week, just trying to figure everything out. I tell everybody I wear all the hats right now as we're growing. So I'm learning and doing everything from how to, go in and edit a website to Canva designs and social media schedulers and all these things that I had no idea even existed 2 years ago. But it's super exciting. And it's, like I said, it's really cool when somebody walks up and they feel better. And then I personally can say I have survived opening a business because of the services that I offer. I mean, it has been such a saving grace on those really stressful days for me as well. So we're super excited about it. And then just, where else do we go from here as we continue to evolve and tweak and, meet customers' needs? I know some new things we're introducing that are really exciting are, pre and post skincare enhancements for the red light therapy. Just to make that service even more wonderful than it already is. We're developing rewards and perk programs. So when you refer somebody, you can get a free service, and we can create challenges and all that things. So the summer is going to be really exciting as we get all that together and roll it out and, just keep growing and, adding new things. And so we're excited.
Yes, as you should be. I know you and your team are making things happen out there.
Yes, we are staying busy, and like I said, we learn something new every day and every week, and maybe we should do it this way, and this makes it better, and we tweak it and change it, and constantly evolve to just continue to provide the best customer experience, which is so nice after being in corporate for 70 years when it's so hard to get anything to change or so hard to get anything approved. To be able to be so humble to do, okay, we're going to change that right now, is very exciting and motivating. So
I would think so. Yes, and now that, we're well into the summer months and things are warming up, what can guests look forward to with you guys as far as bookings? What's the best way to book?
Well, the best way to book, you can book on our website. We also have a branded app, and you can call. So you can go to RestFuelWellness.com. You can go to the App Store and download the RestFuel app, or you can call us directly here at the studio, whatever is the most convenient. Everybody has their own preference, and we are happy to accommodate any of those preferences. And we're super excited about the summer, although I was just talking to someone yesterday who said, oh, well, I don't really do the sauna in the summer. And I said, ironically, you should do the sauna not only should you do it in the summer, you should probably even do it just as much, if not more, because you're getting your body to acclimate to the heat better. So when you're out in the heat out there, it's not as hot as my 174-degree sauna, and it takes more for your body to really start sweating. And when you're in the sauna getting stuff out, when you're out there in the 80, 90-degree heat, you're not going to sweat as much because you've already gotten the stuff out. Your body, it gets in heat, and it does what it's supposed to. It goes, oh, my gosh, I can start sweating, which is a way to detox. It's how it keeps us healthy. So that's when we're out in the summer, especially if you're eating and drinking, which I'm a little bad to do, I must admit. The older I get, my body won't let me do it anymore. But, that's a lot of why you start sweating. It's because your body is trying to get things out of you. So the sauna is actually really beneficial in the summer, which is something a lot of people don't think about. They're just like, I'm already hot. I don't want to come get even hotter. But it can actually prevent you from sweating so much out in the summer heat at the times when you don't want to be sweating, when you're at a party or at dinner and you would like to not sit there and sweat running all down your body as we can do in the South so quickly.
I know it now. And how many people can you accommodate? Like, say there's a girls' trip party and there's like maybe 5 women that come through and they're saying, hey, we want to get some of the services today. How can you guys accommodate them?
We have 10 private rooms, so everybody's in their private room. We have robes and slippers, and we have baskets. So for people that are doing back-to-back or a group, we have a little sitting area in the middle so people can intermingle. They can wait for their next session, and they can go from room to room doing service to service. We also have just started offering private events, so up to 12 people could rent the space for 2 hours, have it all to yourself, unlimited access to any of the 6 services, and you can go in and out of services as you please, which we found is really, some people, because we have a lot of people, they don't really know what everything is.
Right.
And especially in Atlanta, this is all really new from a wellness perspective. People from LA or New York, they know exactly what all this is. Atlanta does not.
Yeah.
So those events are really great because you can see people, they were afraid to come in on their own, but they come in with a friend, and they're talking to their girlfriends, and then they're watching somebody else do it, and you can see them going, oh, okay, I think I could try that, which is really neat, and they ask questions, and it's things that most people, had you not gotten them in the door for an event, they wouldn't have done. And then they just, of course, we had, my youngest daughter actually brought some of her girlfriends from college, and it was pretty funny because they were all getting in and out of the cryo machine. And they were just dying laughing at each other, standing in, essentially a freezer, freezing for 3 minutes. And then we'd put them in lymphatic, and our lymphatic suit does your legs and your hips and your stomach and comes all the way up. So they were fascinated with that, and, they enjoyed the salt room. And so, and of course, red light was just going, the whole body red light was going nonstop. We didn't have the vibroacoustic when they were here, but I'm sure that one has like a 10-minute demo. So if we have groups, like a group event, it's really easy to get people in that one. So you can really experience several things and just spend time with your girlfriends. We schedule them right now for Wednesdays. We call it Wellness Wednesday. And then we can accommodate other days if that's needed. So, and we're looking forward to, again, how that evolves, how we can even enhance that and make it better. Or if somebody just comes during the day, like you were saying, we can definitely accommodate it. But what can we even then take it a step further and really make it a special event for people that are getting together? Because I know the business, I don't always take the time that I need to see friends and do as much as I used to because I'm so busy. So, but it's really important. I mean, not just to come do the self-care services, but to also spend time with your friends and your family. I mean, it's really important. That's a big piece of self-care as well, and just, taking some time to do that. So I think COVID taught us all when we were isolated so much how important human connection is for us physically and emotionally.
Oh, yeah, it did. Even when we weren't really sure that we wanted it, but it certainly put a better light on things. And Shay, let everyone know again the best way to book, to set up their appointments.
You can go to RestFuelWellness.com and book. You can go to the App Store and download the RestFuel app, and you can book directly on the app, or you can call us at the studio at 404-625-4664. and we can help you any of those avenues and get you booked and set up. We have a special offer for new clients, which is $59 for 3 services. One service by itself is typically $59, so you get 3 services for the price of 1. And it's a great little sampler for new clients to come in, test 3 things out. You can do circuits back to back. If that's something you think you would like, you could do one at a time. And the services are good for up to a year. So you might try one, and if you're traveling, be back later. But it's a great way to kind of get an idea of who we are, what we offer, try multiple things, and see if it's a good fit.
Yes.
And typically for most people, after the 3, they quickly either jump up and go straight to a membership, or they buy sessions that they can use anytime during like a 12-month period, especially for people that travel a lot.
Wow.
So, but we have pricing that accommodates pretty much any schedule.
Gotcha. Well, Shay, I appreciate you so much for coming through today and dropping these gemstones on us. Now, I've been hearing a lot of great things about the lymphatic drainage that you guys are doing, and I gotta make my way out there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I will tell you, we've had all the services, but our whole body red light and our lymphatic have just popped recently. I mean, just really, really popped. And as somebody said the other day, they were like, because our pants do your legs and, like I said, your hips and your stomach. So it covers 80% of your body.
Yeah.
And they were like, it's just like a big hug. It's just like a big hug I needed that day. On top of people are really enjoying it and the benefits and the results from it. And it's been great for allergy season. A lot of people don't think about how much lymphatic helps, especially I was doing the pants, and then I would put the jacket on after. I'd do like back-to-back sessions when all the pollen hit in Atlanta, and it was key to drainage. Yes.
Wow.
So there's so many things that all of this can help with, and it's really cool because I know all the things it's helped me with, and then I have clients come up and they tell me things that I haven't even thought about because I don't have that particular ailment. We had one client who gave a phenomenal testimonial that's on the website, and he's here every day unless he's an attorney unless he's in court or can come. But he was in our salt room, which also has red light pads. And one day he came up, he said, I had this huge scar on my stomach. He said, I've had hernias all my life. I have this really bad scar and keloid. And he goes, the doctor said, there's nothing you can do. He goes, and I've been in that salt room with those red light pads 3 times a week for 2 months. He goes, and do you know it's gone? He goes, my keloid is gone and my scar is in half. And then he goes and gets in cryo, and he does it for inflammation and loves it. And so he did this whole testimonial, and then he tried our lymphatic suit, and he's diabetic, and it's been helping with his neuropathy. So he keeps joking. He goes, when am I filming my next testimonial? He goes, I can't believe. He goes, you've got to tell people about this. And I said, that's the thing. All these services do so many things.
Right.
That it's really hard to get it all out to everybody. Or somebody, you'll say boost immunity, and they all do, but they all do it in different ways. And they'll give you energy in different ways. They'll help you detox in different ways, or calm down, or de-stress. And then you layer it all on top of each other with multiple services. It's really been, even for me as this wellness junkie, I have loved discovering this and been able to experience and really see the benefits of it. So, but yes, as you mentioned, the lymphatic is very popular for good reason. So I try to do that one. I try to do all of it as much as possible, but that one's always in the rotation.
It's a special one. Oh my goodness. Well, Shay, thank you so much for coming through and dropping these gemstones on us. We certainly appreciate you. And we would absolutely love for you to come back. I know there's going to be new announcements and things going on with RestFuel Wellness in the coming months, so you definitely got to come back and share that with us. So,
I'd love to. And it's been so nice talking to you today. So thank you for helping us spread the word about RestFuel. We really appreciate it.
Yes, and I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much for your love and support. Keeping in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face. You tell them, don't believe me. Just watch. Watch what I do. Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're doing this for, the history books. Social media is nice, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.